It was just ridiculous. It's not often that you're watching the WNBA or that I'm watching it and I'm like, wow, I've just never seen this before.
Buddy, picture this, a commissioner intoxicated with authority, a furious army of fans finally reaching their breaking point, and 3 stars, Caitlin, Sophie, Lexi, locked together as the league around them crumbles. Today, the WNBA is facing its most explosive crisis yet. Over 200,000 fans have declared a full boycott for 2026, and the numbers are skyrocketing by the minute. Cathy Engelbert stormed out of the league offices, pale and panicked. Sponsors are blowing up phones. Adam Silver is seething. The WNBA teeters on the edge of total collapse. This is the story the league desperately tried to bury. Watching this? You're witnessing history unravel in real time. Hit like, subscribe, and comment. Join the Boycott 2026 movement if you stand with Caitlin, Sophie, and Lexi. It all began when a players' group chat leaked. Allegedly, Cathy had warned Caitlin Clark to step back from any outside commitments, golf included. But she didn't stop there. Sophie and Lexi received the same threats, suspensions, benchings, even whispers of termination.
As for what Engelbert is alleged to have said to Collier, if she actually suggested Caitlin Clark should be grateful for what she makes off the court, that's preposterous. Did you miss the Iowa years? Clark is the Tiger Woods tide that lifts all boats. And we know this show is proof. The highest rating we have ever had followed one of her games at Iowa. The WNBA has benefited from her presence more than the other way around, even though this year for Caitlin Clark,
the players were frozen, disbelief written across their faces. Caitlin whispered, "We can't even play golf. We can't even live our lives." The message spread like wildfire, and for the first time, Caitlin Clark, the league's brightest star, felt trapped, cornered, hunted. Sophie and Lexi refused to leave her side. If they try to suspend you, they vowed, we walk too. 3 sisters, 3 warriors, 3 players adored by fans across the globe. And Cathy Engelbert chose the absolute worst moment to ignite a war. The second the threat hit the internet, chaos erupted. One single fan tweet exploded to 1.2 million views. Suspend Caitlin, and we suspend the WNBA. Reddit was aflame. Instagram went ballistic. TikTok was flooded. Fans weren't angry, they were finished. Memories of fake fouls, targeted hits, Caitlin benched for protection, and relentless warnings over something as innocent as golf, all came rushing back. Then the nuclear button was pressed. 200,000 fans signed the official 2026 boycott, numbers climbing by the second. Families boycotted. Kids boycotted. Friends boycotted. This wasn't a temporary flare-up, it was generational fury. Within hours, sponsors took notice. No negotiations. No delays. They called Cathy directly. Lose Caitlin, and you lose us, one sponsor snapped. This isn't a league problem. This is a Cathy Engelbert problem. Suddenly, the league HQ was flooded with emails, alarms blaring, phones ringing off the hook. The house of cards was shaking.
Tide lifts all boats or whatever, basically. Like, if you buy into this, everybody is going to eat. Yet you had people fighting tooth and nail the entire season, not wanting it to be this way because other people weren't getting flowers, or she was getting too much attention, or she gets a special whistle, or I'm gonna check her off the ball here just because. And then her teammate cheers for her for throwing her on the ground. It didn't get better. And it's disappointing to me because it's not every player in the WNBA. And I'm sure that there are many players who are happy to have her in the league. And it's like, if it was my league and somebody was coming in and bringing millions of people, like, I would be excited about that, because you know what? That's a chance for me to impress millions of people who weren't watching before. And there's a lot of women in this league who don't have that kind of envy and jealousy and this kind of like secret club mentality that they only want certain people.
Hundreds of companies began pulling funds, freezing accounts, and threatening to walk away forever. The WNBA quickly realized this wasn't just a scandal. This wasn't a controversy. This was a full-blown financial heart attack. Every reckless decision by Kathy Engelbert was destroying the league in real time. When the boycott number hit 210,000, Adam Silver finally snapped. He stormed into the office, slammed a binder down, and barked, "Fix this, or step down." Silence swallowed the room. Kathy froze, her face ashen. "Why are you threatening players for living their lives?" he demanded. "Why target Caitlin? Why warn her teammates?" She mumbled excuses, but he didn't care. "You are not stopping golf. You are not suspending anyone. You are not firing anyone." And then, in a moment that would be remembered forever, the assistant commissioner leaned in, whispered something to Silver, and he just shook his head and walked out. No words, no discussion, pure, legendary frustration. Inside Fever HQ, the tension was suffocating. Meanwhile, the players' phones exploded with notifications. 200K boycotts, 220K, 235K, 250K. Caitlin stared at the screen, stunned. Sophie grabbed her hand. Lexi hugged them both. Caitlin whispered, "They're doing this for us." Sophie replied, "Then we stay strong." Lexi said, "Together." At the same time, the WNBA offices were descending into chaos, employees crying, phones ringing non-stop, emails blowing up, sponsors frozen, executives hiding. Kathy trembled, completely exposed. No plan, no allies, no backup. She finally understood the unthinkable. You can't fight your fans. You can't threaten your stars. You can't control people. And the fans, they had just taken their league back. By day's end, including families, the boycott swelled past 1 million. Kathy's chair sat empty, her office locked. She refused to appear. The league had lost sponsors, credibility, fans, money, and stability, all in the blink of an eye.
Be holding the players back from saying, yes, we agreed to an extension. Let's try to iron out this deal so there is no lockout. Right? They'll still be able to negotiate if there's a lockout. However, players won't be able to head to the facility. They won't be able to get treatment. They won't be able to train with the team, with the staff. So there is some things to lose if there is a lockout. Sources: WNBA offers players extension on CBA deadline. The WNBA has offered players a 30-day extension to continue negotiations for a new collective bargaining agreement, sources told ESPN on Tuesday. An extension before the current CBA expires Friday would allow both sides more time to negotiate a new deal.
That question, which raises some sensitivities of rivalries between players. In the case of Angel Reese, who's just had to shut it down because of a wrist injury, Caitlin Clark, who's continuing to play. Rivalry that goes back to their college days, presumably, where I guess some trash talking entered in. But now it seems on some social media channels to have taken a darker turn, a more menacing turn, where race has been introduced into the conversation, where sexuality is sometimes introduced into the conversation. How do you try and stay ahead of that? Try and tamp it down or act as a league when two of your most visible players are involved, not personally, it would seem, but their fan bases are involved.
All of this chaos, all of this collapse, because Kathy Engelbert threatened Caitlin, Sophie, and Lexi, the very players she was supposed to protect. Today, the WNBA didn't just lose stars, it lost trust. And in sports, trust is everything. If you believe the fans were right, comment boycott 2026 until justice. If you stand with Caitlin, Sophie, and Lexi, hit like and subscribe. Because make no mistake, this scandal is far from over.